Hey, did you? How much time did you think you needed to get down there in field goal range? And also, were you surprised? I see Dane Orshlovsky on ESPN freaking out, losing his mind because they snapped the ball with 12 seconds on the play clock down there towards the end. Were you surprised they didn't run that down?
I was considering that we were out of timeouts, but what are you going to do? They throw it to that stud fullback, and he breaks a bunch of tackles and scores. Like, it wasn't the situation where, well, don't get in. You got a great defense. You got to trust the defense. Like, obviously, we need to make a couple plays and still hit a 51-yard field goal. And we got an incredible kicker who definitely, reps the brand all the time.
All the time.
Hell yeah.
But it's still, it's still a difficult kick. And even to get that position, you got to hit a couple chunk plays and not have any penalties and clock in time. So, look, I think no one's to fault on their side, especially not Juice. I mean, he's, bowling people over, running a little choice route, getting in the end zone. But if you play not to lose, you usually lose those games. And playing to win is always what I want to be a part of, and I don't think they have anything to be upset about.
Okay, so let's talk about that last drive, and then you talked about Mason Crosby there, who, OG, dude, by the way. He has been bombing balls for so long. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm so impressed by it. He's unbelievable. But as soon as you kill that after the two incredible plays, Devontae's a stallion, by the way. I don't know how the hell he continues to be even better, and just you two playing football together is so much fun. But as soon as you clock that, your celebration – like, yeah, I know Mason's going to make it. Like, I bet you Mason saw that and really felt like my guy's got me. Like, that's a really cool moment that AJ and I chatted about yesterday, but I don't think a lot of people saw. As soon as you killed that thing, especially in the state of the world we're in with kickers, you go, and yeah, we just did it, and then him burying it, even though he bent it around a guy, which is fucking awesome. But that was a really cool moment for the brand. I want to let you know that. I appreciate that a lot, and I'm sure Mason does as well.
Well, I have a lot of confidence in him. I should. He's proven it time and time again. He's made a lot of big kicks over his career. I remember his first game winner his rookie year against Philadelphia at home in 2007. I was a backup, and you just had a good feeling about the temperament of the guy and the attitude and the confidence that he had, and nothing really rattles him. And the only time you can rattle him is get him on the golf course a little bit, start piping it past him. But man, it maybe wasn't my favorite game winner. My favorite was probably against the Cowboys in the divisional playoff when he made it twice. If you remember, he made it the first time. This in 2016, and then he was hitting a cut that day, so he hit a little cut in there off the left upright. Then he hit it outside the left upright and just snuck it in there. That was really special, just because of what we went through that 2016 season. But this one for sure will always be special. The way that game went, the ups and downs, the calls both ways, and then to have no timeouts and to be able to put us in position. Devontae, the Undertaker coming out was pretty amazing. Even I was surprised when I saw him on the field. I mean, I was standing over there when he went down, and he kind of gave me the thumbs up, which usually means, okay, I can feel my arms and legs. I don't have any paralysis. So I'm like, okay, good. Because as a quarterback, that's your biggest fear for sure, is laying out one of your buddies, especially a guy like Devontae, who I love so much and have so much respect for. So I didn't expect him to come back on the field. When I saw him jog on the field, I was like, Jesus, John Wayne over here. What's going on?
That's funny. A lot of people were talking about how the first pass to Devontae on that last drive was something you guys came up with during the week in practice. Has that been common through your career? Like, can you think back to like these pivotal moments where it was something you guys put in the week prior to the game or the week of the game?
Yeah, great question, Ty, as usual.
Thank you.
Attaboy, Ty.
For a long time in Green Bay, especially when Joe Philbin was around, we used to do this thing on Saturdays, and it was a 2-minute against ourselves. So it was the number one offense against a bunch of other offensive players, backups. And they would play as a defense. And over the years, it got very competitive. Joe Philbin, got those guys running a bunch of crazy defenses. And it turned into a period where we'd work on things, but it was also kind of a bullshit period a little bit, because we would do two drives. One drive with the normal guys playing. In the second drive, all the skilled players would play the line, and the line would play the skill positions, and we'd go against them. So it was this big fun thing Saturdays, right? That got kind of outlawed towards the end of Mike's time and Matt's time, as people were worried about O-line getting hurt because they're running 50 yards down the field. Ridiculous, right? Just take away all the fun. But the reason I bring this up is because during that first drive, we would always work on certain plays. So I would think about plays during the week that I wanted to either make up or see, or maybe something I saw on film, or maybe something that I came up with based on another play, and implement them into that Saturday morning 2-minute. And during that time, a lot of plays came out of those things. The two most notable, I will say, that have helped us. One went all around the league, and that was a 3-man side. Number 3 runs to the flat, and 1 and 2 block for him. So the 2 outside guys block for 3, runs to the flat. Everybody runs it now. It's a part of every offense. That came up on the Saturday pre-practice, probably in 2011. The first time we ran it in the game was in 2012 against Detroit. They played a lot of Tampa 2 in their 2-minute, and I hit Jermichael on the right side, so I'd be going on their sideline. He broke a tackle and went about 53 yards. It set us up for it was the game-winning touchdown I threw to Randall on a corner route. But it was set up by that play that came up in this silly pre-practice Saturday morning 2-minute. The other one is the genesis of the dash protection, which came in handy in 2016 in a game I mentioned earlier against Dallas, where it was 3rd and 20. We had taken a sack. I called timeout. We ran dash left. Lane Taylor leaked out and blocked Durant, I think it was, and gave me enough time to fit the ball into Cookie on the sideline there that set up the game-winning field goal that Mason made twice, once when they called timeout and then the second time that I mentioned before. That protection and the genesis of it came up on the Saturday morning pre-practice as well. So it's sometimes these things that you don't think are that important and people might bullshit through, where super impactful plays come out. And I've always taken that approach. Now, we don't do the Saturday morning 2-minute anymore, but during our 2-minute drill, which is usually Thursdays, I will try and work on different concepts. The initial concept that ended up working on Sunday night was, the genesis was in the meeting that morning. We all kind of put our heads together and came up with this play. Now, we adjusted it slightly based on the protection issues that we had, but all in all, it turned into ran around the high corner, Devontae ran a deep end, and Mark Wes on a post in the backside. With the edges protected, thinking based on safety rotation, the coverage, I'd have a good chance of hitting somebody.
Of course. Yeah, we thought so too. Like, whenever we were a part of that conversation with you guys, we were like, yeah, that makes sense. Everything you just said, that's going to work completely. Isn't that amazing, though, that whenever you get a bunch of people who know football and are on the same page, you can do shit like that and be like, yeah, we can all be on the same page, especially do it whenever we need it at the biggest moment. I mean, it's unfathomable, the football IQ that you super nerds have. It's unbelievable.